Raw Water Productions blog post 3, swing fly instructions. This is the first fly that we, not necessarily the first fish of the year by any means, but when we started official production and we got real winter weather, this is unfortunately the fly that caught the only fish of the day, a small brown trout, lake run brown. So anyways, I'm going to tell you guys how to tie this up step by step. So yeah, hope you enjoy. Alright, the hook I'm going to be using today is a TMC 7989, I think, and this is an actual size 2. And I'm going to be tying the whole thing with uni thread 8/0 in black. And you're going to want to start the thread. I like to start it right behind where I want my head to be made and work the thread down. And the first material I'm going to be using a small gold on one side, silver on the other tinsel, and you're going to want to tie it with the gold side against the hook shank, so when you wrap it back forward, the gold will appear. And I'm only going to take the thread down pretty much where the dubbing's going to be. It's kind of the lazy way. I should take it out. You know what? And then I'm going to take this all the way down to about the hook point, maybe a little behind, and work your thread back up, trying to keep a smooth body, touching turns all the way back up. And there we go, once you get it up there. Now the one thing I like to do here to really make sure that locks in is just give it a light little coat of super glue. And then work your, this is actually flat tinsel, gold tinsel all the way back forward. And that super glue will lock it down for you and make sure it doesn't come back up. Don't even need ribbing. Ribbing wouldn't hurt here, but I really don't think it's going to make too big of a difference. This is a very simple fly, simple and sparse. So when you get pretty much back up to where the hook comes together, just tie that right off. Give it a little trim. Now the next material is going to be dubbing, and I'm going to use this UV dubbing right here. It's kind of a black with blue flash in it. Bluish flash. And you're going to want to dub, not a lot, something like that. And make an even body right behind where the hackle is going to be. Try to keep that teardrop shape. Neat. Okay, and the hackle I'm going to be using, and the way I prepare it is you face the the curve away from you, and I like to tear off one side. Nice and sparse. Find a good place to tie in and then bring the others down so it's prepared like that. And tie that in. I like to double that back. And you can just break that off. Use my hackle pliers here. You're going to want to keep all the fibers back and have the turns almost touching. When you get to the end, you can tie that off tight. And trim away. Alright, now that we've got the hackle on, wound up nice, all that's left is are the wings. Use two wings on this fly, an underwing and an overwing, and for both I use Arctic Fox, and the first wing's going to be, underwing's going to be chartreuse, really soft, and just very, very small clump, and cut tight to the hide there, and come through here and take out all this fluff. So all that you're left with is a nice even wing. You want the wing to go pretty much back to the where it starts to curve, where the hook starts to curve. So it'll make a nice even shape. Something like that. As long as you have sharp scissors, you can just tie it right in like that. Make sure it's lying flat. And then come right in. Trim that off. Trim off the excess and clean it up a little bit. And then the next is the overwing. And this is Arctic Fox again. It's a little bit longer. Not quite as soft, but it makes a nice top wing. And find out where the hide is there, just a small little clump. Not going to be as much fluff in this one. You can see the tips are curving. Go with it. Line those tips, let those tips just curve the way they want to, and put it right on that way. You want the overwing to be slightly longer. And make sure that lays right directly on top, so give that a trim. And then you're pretty much done. All that's left is to tighten up the head. and whip finish. And I like to do my heads with one coat of super glue and a couple coats of Sally's. This is a very simple, sparse hair wing pattern, and sometimes that's what it takes when the water's low and clear and they just don't seem like they want anything too fancy. So anyways, I hope you enjoy. I hope you stick with our blog and check out our Facebook page and eventually watch the movie when it's released. It's no off season, in production right now, January 2012. And thanks for watching.